Hello and welcome to this other episode of Out of Bounds with me, Marian. With me today is a man who's won a record number of just for awards in terms of chess. His peers refer to him as King Harold. This turn as we find out more from him. Hey Harold,
Hi, Amen.
how are you?
I'm fine.
So let's start. Why do your peers call you King Harold? I don't know much about the Bible, but what I know about the Bible is King Harold wasn't much of you know, your go-to guy, a king in the Bible. Why refer to us as King Harold?
No, it's not like a common term. Like some say King Herod,
Some,
but some say
Okay.
just because of Herod of the Bible.
Okay.
Even in other spheres, not just chess. Some say King Herod. Yeah,
are
it's
you-
just that reference, but there's nothing reference. No, I'm Harold, King Herod. Yeah.
Okay. So Uganda is it's a country dominated, by football. I mean, why did you choose chess? Why not hockey? Why not football? Why not cricket? Why not basketball? Why cricket? Why chess? I mean,
Um, I don't know. It was just I think a passion. The game because my cousin taught me chess, but I was in an environment filled with football lovers, pure football lovers.
did you play football?
A lot. I played football a lot. I usually would play as a winger or a forward
Oh,
because I grew up in Goldie flats,
okay.
and the flats would have, let's say, block 13 versus block 20.
Mm.
So they were very good footballers actually at that stage. So because it was a system, I grew up in that environment. However, my cousin visited me one time, my older cousin,
Mm.
and then he only taught me just how to move the pieces. That was all he did. That was all. And then for some reason, I don't know why, because everyone else around me was playing football, but I got love for chess.
For chess.
Yeah.
What age was that?
Around 13. That's when he taught me chess, and that's how it started. Because even in my school, the chess culture wasn't there. It was also football. I would play football,
What
but
school
my
was this?
school,
What school was
Macquarie
that?
College,
Mm.
that time it was basketball. That was the biggest thing in Macquarie College. Yeah, so we even learned basketball by force, and because I was tall, they assumed, I could make it.
So you're saying you played some basketball?
Yes, I played basketball as well.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's not. It was so tiring. That wasn't my thing.
Mm.
Basketball is so energetic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. So that was basketball, football. Which other sport did you maybe take part in? Like at school or?
That was football and chess. I think I would have taken part in badminton
Mm.
because my parents bought me a badminton set.
Okay.
However, the day I brought it to school is when it was stolen. I think that was the end.
So your parents wanted you to play badminton. That's a game they wanted you to play.
No, they also bought me a chessboard as a present, but they just bought it. Yeah, as in parents just give kids
Yeah.
chances. Let's see, how you do. And I was excited, but when they stole it, I don't know. Of course, they did buy it.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
that was the last.
Yeah. So which sport would you love your kids to take up?
Oh, my kids to take up.
Mm.
I don't know. I think football.
Football.
Yeah,
I mean,
because much as I don't play football, I love watching football.
Okay.
I love watching football. And football has the money. I love chess. I love chess personally. But chess can also take a lot of time. So, yeah. But I'm saying if I'm to go sports-wise, football, just because of the monetary aspect.
Mm.
Chess is good, but it's not at the level of
Of football.
Yeah.
Mm. Is that could it be a case of us being Ugandans and this is something different outside Uganda? Let's say in
Probably
Europe.
if I was in Europe,
Mm.
yeah. Of course, even in Europe, the football amount is just,
Mm.
the money is just too much.
Okay.
But if I was in Europe, I wouldn't mind him taking up chess. But usually, it's the very, very best in the game that actually sees some money. Like, of course, if you're the world champion,
Mm.
you'll get sponsorship deals without even moving a pawn or moving a piece. You already have cash inflow, and yes, you're very comfortable. So the current world champion, Magnus Carlsen, is a millionaire. He's comfortable. He has so many chasing him for deals. He's young, fresh, etc. So yeah, it's value for money. But in Africa, that's not the case. So we do as a hobby. Yeah, that's what I can say. I do with just passion. So if you see someone my age still playing chess competitively, it is just because of the passion.
The passion.
Yeah.
Chess is associated with rich families and all that. Is this true?
I know that's not true. That's not true. I think everyone is familiar with peanut butter. Yeah.
Everyone does that?
It's, okay, not everyone, but yeah, it's popular. Peanut butter. And her story was she came from the ghetto.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So okay, it made good news because of course from the ghetto. Yeah.
So you started playing chess as early as 13. When do you get into the national team? Like really playing real chess? National team. Let's talk about the national team.
Okay, that's a good question. I got into the national team in 2005. That's the first time. 2005. And it was actually, there was someone, I think was the vice ambassador to German in Uganda. He loved chess. And then he agreed to sponsor the national team of Uganda to go to German. And then they would host us, would play an event. It wasn't like an Olympiad. So that event was the first time I qualified for the national team. And I think ever since then, yeah, I always qualified.
How hard though was it for you to get into the national team? Like, the qualifiers, and what kind of qualifiers did they used to use then?
Yes, it was intensive qualifiers, 3 phase.
Like it is now?
Yes, yes, the same system. Though now because of COVID, we have to adjust. But it's 3 phase. First phase, we would make it an open. From the open, we get the first 40. Then from the first 40, we filter down to let's say 20 or 30, something like that. Then that's the second phase. Then the third phase is where we get 12. It's called
the Super 12, yeah.
Super 12. Now that's the hard one because no one is weak in the Super 12.
Yep.
Even the weakest can beat the best.
True.
So that's how competitive it is. So my first time, the one I qualified for was very difficult. And also I was inexperienced. I ended up actually in the 6th position, and they were taking 6
players.
Yeah, so it was very tough. That was the event to the Olympiad to Germany 2008. 2005 was different. That wasn't an Olympiad. 2008 is the 3 phase qualifier. However, I was on campus and I didn't get to travel. Yeah. No, actually 2006 first. That was Italy.
Yeah.
I didn't get to travel. Then also 2008.
What happened? Why didn't you travel?
Number one, resources.
Okay.
Yeah, so they didn't take the ones who finished bottom 2, but qualified on the national team 2006. 2008, we had the farmers. Also, the federation didn't have money. Well, the farmers were based in the UK, so they were the only ones who went to the Olympiad, and they represented the country. Then they tried chasing for us to get tickets, but it took some time. Then I gave up. But Kantinti, the late Kantinti, yeah, was able to go and play, I think, the last 2 rounds.
Okay.
So yeah, but getting sponsorship was the issue.
Have you ever faced any challenges at the national team that maybe give you an idea, like, okay, I think I need to quit chess? Any challenges?
No. No, okay. Of course, I face challenges, obviously. It's sports, even the best. As in, even though it's football, let's say, and you're the best, you always get a loss.
Yeah, so I want those challenges you faced.
Yeah, those challenges come, but not like, oh, let me quit. It won't make you quit. Because to be good in something, you have to first accept losses, number one. Yeah, so many people want to be good without facing losses. So to get to the top, you just really have to find how to handle the losses. It's how you handle a loss after. Because some people, when they lose, they get disoriented. Then they start thinking about that loss. Then they don't play well the following game. So it's better to just brush it aside. Okay, I've lost, that's it. Then you see, okay, how can I play better? And even learn from the loss. So yeah, I've accepted losses as part of the game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but also I've heard guys talk, they qualify to represent the national team at the Olympiad, and then somehow they can't get resources. That has frustrated quite some, some guys. I have heard stories of people getting really frustrated, and they're like, okay, why am I qualifying and I can't actually get the resources to take me there, and they end up just letting go.
Yeah.
That happens. That's not happened to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. In 2008, I got that because yeah, I felt bad because I missed 2006 because of resources, and 2008 same thing. So of course you get hurt. Like, okay, why are we? Because the qualifiers in itself is very hard.
Yeah.
So if you
You
fight
make-
tooth and nail, I know two in 2006 who retired from the game
Yeah.
because of that instance of even one hadn't qualified, but the fact that he came very close and he realized, oh, I fought, but they didn't take these guys. Yeah, he gave up.
Okay.
That was some old guy, very famous, and then also the young guy I qualified with also ended the game from there. Yeah, but maybe because it was my first time, and yeah, I just continued. Said, okay, yeah, one time things will be
Yeah, true.
better.
So currently, you have yourself, you have Elijah Emojong, and then you also have Arthur Tegwanyi. There is Haruna, Haruna Nsubuga. There is Walter Okas. These are the top dogs in Uganda.
Right.
If you're going for a do or die game, who would you rather face?
What do you mean do or die?
Yeah, like this is a game that's going to win you the trophy. Let's say Rawushenye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question because they have kind of different styles,
Okay.
but they are all good in their aspects. Yeah. So some are very aggressive, some are positional. So I think because so I think Arthur, I've trained with him, worked hard with him, so I know his style a bit, but it's very difficult to play. I know he's very resourceful.
Okay.
Emojong also is very resourceful. Then Okas also is very resourceful. And Haruna, you can be winning and then he jumps out. That's happened before. So yeah, all of them are resourceful. Maybe I think I'll go with Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah, because he's positional, and sometimes I like playing players that play positional because I feel kind of safer. Yeah, that's what I'd say. It's about style. Yeah, there are styles that someone can be comfortable.
Who was given you the toughest challenge? Like in all your playing career, of those guys, the guys I've mentioned?
I think Emojong.
Emojong.
Yeah, Emojong has given me the toughest challenge because yeah, he's very resourceful. Now he's on the law. Yeah, he has reduced a bit, but yeah, I think overall it's Emojong.
You've won Benny's Awards, actually, record, how many, 5 or 4? Yeah, 4. And obviously, it has to be because of your performances and all that. How have you managed to keep yourself at that level?
I actually don't know because
You should.
chess is meant for younger people. Yeah. So when you grow older, you get responsibilities, and then usually you tend to slacken. You are also weaken because you're growing older. And I think chess should be the best. If you look at the top players in the world, they average in their 20s. Yeah, I think that's the prime age.
Okay.
For one to be at their very best.
The top.
Yes, but somehow I've kept good. I don't know. Also, I think maybe also it has to do with things like health, if you're stable, such things. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many factors because even in the world, we had someone like Anand, even Ivan Chuk, who are very old. I think they're probably in their 50s, who keep maintaining their level at the top. Of course, Anand was a world champion before. but still maintaining himself among the top players isn't easy because you need, and chess also, much as it's a board game, it's physical.
Okay.
It's physical. So when you get tired, you'll make bad moves. So the top players also are physically fit. Yeah. So that's also another factor. Maybe that's why when you grow older, you play a bit worse. Yeah.
Is there a diet you're supposed to keep, to keep yourself up there?
Yeah. The top players do that. They even have their personal chefs.
Okay.
Ben Carlsen has his personal chef. He has his doctor. All those things. Because they keep themselves fit, and they also play physical sports just to keep themselves active. Yeah, so they have a diet. So that's the best. But of course, when we're in Africa playing as a hobby, we don't take these things
Seriously.
Yeah, we don't take it seriously.
Okay. So the 2012 Olympiad in Istanbul, where you got your FM title, and the 2016 Olympiad in Baku, where you finished ninth on board tour, ahead of the likes of Nakamura. These are like the top players. He's one of the top players in the world. You finish ahead of him in that year. Which one has to rank as your best tournament out of those two tournaments, Olympiads? 2012. Why is that so?
Because I was rated actually 2-1 number one. 2016 actually I was rated a decent rating. But I was rated 2-1, a low rating, but I was beating players way higher than my rating consistently. So when you can upset a player, that's possible. You can upset a player. But when you when you do it consistently, it means you have had a good event.
Okay.
So I usually focus on consistency, not one-offs. So I consistently did well, and I think I was down in 2012. I got the most points, 98. That means I was.
That's from Team Uganda or in Africa?
What, the most points?
Yeah, that is Team Uganda.
Globally. As in the most rating points.
Yes,
I
yes.
98
wow.
points. So global in the entire Olympiad. Yeah. So because I was beating players way above
your rating.
My rating. That's why I got all those points. So yeah, I see that as one of my
the best.
My best event.
Which is your best event?
Post Morocco, World Africa Games.
As actually getting there. So yeah, in 2000, that happened in 2019.
Yeah.
Where you almost lost your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you pick up yourself and you go represent Uganda in Morocco.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you do this? You bagged a bronze from the All African Games. Yeah, how did you do this?
Okay, because the conditions were good in Morocco. Number one. Number two, we got a very good hotel as chess players, which was fantastic, 5-star hotel. The Chess Federation, FIDE, it's called FIDE, it's like FIFA. It managed to get the chess players a hotel. I think it was Blantyre or something. Where we were comfortable. So everything was fantastic. That means we had no excuses.
Yeah.
You had to win. Of hunger, you didn't have an excuse of stress. And it was like a holiday for me actually. It's not like I came to get that bronze. I felt like it was a holiday. But because of that, and also the fact that as a chess body, we were not recognized, if I may say, among the other sports. Yeah. So when you go for All Africa Games, there are more games that people will focus on, like even boxing and athletics. Yeah. So we needed to make kind of a bit of a statement. Yeah. Yeah.
And you took it upon yourself.
Yes. This is it. Okay, this is our chance. It's like when you're given one chance to impress someone, you give it your best. So that maybe also helped work for that medal.
But obviously the attack you got, Chester said it's a brainy game. And you affected, you beaten, your head was affected. I mean, how did you get the courage to go for the All African Games?
Number one, it's not me who decided. Okay, I'm the national coach. I can also select myself. But of course, when it comes to me, I wouldn't just select myself. So the executive said, "Oh, Harold, you can represent us, me and Arthur."
At that time, you're feeling very fine.
Yeah, of course, I was feeling fine because after the attack, much as it was a brain surgery, I got a brain surgery, it took me a month. Actually, that's why I feel it like it was a miracle. Because it immediately after the surgery, I was fine.
Yeah.
What was there was just the scar.
Mm.
Yeah. But it's not like I had issues with my thinking.
Okay.
Even someone told me, oh, I have a friend who struggled and what. And they were very worried about me.
Yeah.
I said, no, I feel fine.
Mm.
And actually, I even felt fine.
Mm.
Even work, they said you can take 6 months off. And then, because they came to hospital, they saw me. And because when you hear brain surgery, it's like, yeah,
Mm.
something
It's
very
scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
Mm.
That's why they said you can take 6 months. But I said, no, I feel fine. So they even had to get a doctor to verify, who asked me questions about my past, to check whether this guy is stable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I remembered everything she asked me, and so she cleared me and said, oh, yeah,
This guy is fine.
you can start working. So that was after a month after my surgery. So the fact that I could start working after a month means that I was okay. And so even doing well, also in the All Africa Games, means that I was stable.
So All African Games was your best tournament. Which was your proudest moment? Which has to be your proudest moment in chess, like in your career?
Yeah, that.
So that.
Yeah, because uh, I was playing. I think I was ranked 18, if I'm not mistaken. Ranked 18.
Okay. Yeah.
Meaning there were 17 other players better than me. Yeah, stronger. So upsetting all those odds, yeah, it gave me some pride.
Yeah, because you came, you what? You're third, of course, with the bronze, and then you're better than the Kayondes.
Yeah.
There's the Egyptian.
There's
Hamdouchi, the Moroccan.
That game I played him, and then that was critical. I won, so that helped me a bit. Also, the Algerian grandmaster, very young guy called Bilal. Yeah, upcoming, and he actually is he could be the best. He's in line to be the best.
Okay.
So such players, even Arthur himself is a distinguished player. Then all the IAMs from Angola.
Yes, all.
Yes. So all those people are not weak. Even Nigeria had IAMs. Yeah. So doing well there was a proud achievement I had. So it's almost the same as also 2012. Yeah. When it goes international, somehow I get patriotic and give my all.
That's at the Olympiad. Oh, maybe if someone doesn't know what the Olympiad is, the Olympiad is a World Cup, chess World Cup. Yeah, that's a chess World Cup. So how about your ugliest or something, the moment that really embarrassed you?
Okay, I can't say embarrassed. I'd say I don't know even whether I was embarrassed about that. But there's a GM Nom event I was invited to in Zambia. I ended up second last. However, there were 5 grandmasters, number 1.
Okay.
They were all, I was the only FIDE master. All of them were either international masters
or grandmasters.
Yes. So I was even the lowest seed.
Yes.
So
And you came second last.
Yeah, I came second last.
Okay.
Yeah, usually of course I don't take those. But that event, much of course even Zambians, I have Zambian friends who laughed at me.
The Kayondes.
Not the kind, it's others. So, but much as it happened, I learned a lot because I made friends with, I think, a GM from India. He's the Commonwealth champion, I think, multiple times. Times at one. And then also some grandmaster from Israel.
Okay.
I made friends with him. He gave me advice. So that experience, much as I did badly, I actually learned a lot. That's why I said that I can't describe it as
embarrassing.
I actually learned a lot. So because from then, I even had, because of that event, I went to a rating of 2 to 50. But after that event, I climbed to 2-3. Yeah, it meant I learned from
Okay.
that event. So,
Yeah, so in 2016, you attempted to retire. You actually retired. What led to that?
No, it's because, like I said, chess is just a hobby of passion. Yeah. Even currently, I haven't played a big event for a while. I missed a couple of events. So at that time, I felt like, okay, I needed to focus on my career and put chess on the backside. Yeah. But then, of course, people called me up and said, oh, even my clubmate, I think my clubmate Christian Super convinced me the most because he called me up and said, no, you're meant for this thing, stuff like that. So he pushed me, and then I was like, okay, okay, let me get back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even in Kenya, there was a Kenyan event in Mombasa Open. That time when I retired, and then some Kenyan who was organizing said, how will you come? I said, I've retired. He said, no, you have to come. I said, they were like forcing it on me to come back. But yes, I gave in, and then I said, okay, it doesn't hurt to play. So like even now, if I get time, I can play. But the thing is now I'm short of time. So I'm at the stage as national coach also of just inspiring others.
Does that mean you won't play in the National League?
National League I'll play because National League we play on Sundays and we play once every 2 weeks. So it's an event I can easily handle because it's on the weekend. So it's like just watching a football game.
Yeah.
You get time to watch a football game. Same thing in the league. You just get time and play a game or two Sunday, and that's it. An event usually is different because they can say 4 days. But you have to avail yourself from those 4 days, and you have to play. That would be a trick. Yeah.
So you might not take part in the upcoming events.
No, again, if the events are over the weekend, yes, chances are higher. If they are during the weekday, I have to see, okay, can I get time off? Get something like that. Yeah, it's a bit hard because I'm running a couple of projects.
So your generation, the guys I mentioned earlier, the Arthur Segwanye, Elijah Emojong, Patrick Kauma, Haruna Nsubuga, I think you also have Matthias Sonko there. I mean, you guys have, you've kept it up there. It's a golden generation, but none of you has actually exceeded the 23 rating. None of you has done that. And very few of you have actually hit that 23 rating. Why is this so? And you are the top guys.
No, we have, how many? I think 5 of us have 23.
Yeah, you have, but none of you has gone beyond 23. Like let's say 24.
You mean 24?
Yeah, 24. You've hit 20. Yeah, most of you have actually hit 23, but none of you has gone beyond 23. Why is this so?
Oh, you mean none of us have gone beyond 24?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's just number one, now for events. Number two, you have to, it's like playing the Europa League. I'll have to go back soccer. And then when you play the Europa League, you'll not be as strong as someone who plays the Champions League. So here in Uganda, we don't have enough, let's say 2500s or 24s to play against, and then we rise to that level. So when they're not there, it's very hard now breaking it. I think Arthur is about to break it because I think the recent events he played, he did well. Yeah, he did well and he got points. So he's short of 2-4, a small margin.
I think last I checked he was on 2371.
No, it's 2390.
90? 95 right now.
Something like that. Yes,
okay.
You check on FIDE. So the thing, but it's hard because now he can meet a decent player, let's say like Matthias Sonko, who is 2-1, yes, and who can be good. The issue is now Sonko would probably even beat him, and that loss will cost him 18 points. You get what I'm saying? So but he would be higher rated, but because he doesn't play events, it's 2100. So it depends on the environment. So if we're like, let's say, best in Europe, it would be, of course, easy to hit those, even 2-5 and above. But when that's why in Africa there are very few who have those 2-4 classes, because there are so many who are underrated. That's the key, and they can upset you. The fact that they can upset you means they'll affect your rating rise. Yeah.
But now with with Corona in place and all that, people are getting into online stuff. I've seen you people play online tournaments. I don't think there should be something good for the chess fraternity, maybe to avoid the costs and all that, to just stage something online.
Yes, that's a good point. Because even the international body, FIDE, is starting and what they call hybrid events. Hybrid events, let's say there's an event in Europe and they are meeting physically. Now, us here in Uganda, we can actually connect to that event as if we're there, but
Yeah.
online. Yeah, that's what they say, hybrid. So that's, I think, what FIDE has introduced. Now, as Uganda, we like that, because the issue with those European events is that the cost of going there is not easy. We may have talents who may not have tickets to go there. But if now we get that access to those hybrid events, it will be easier for us now also to get ratings, because if we face those top players, because Europe, of course, the best players.
Yeah.
If we face those players, we have chances to learn and also improve our ratings facing them. Yeah.
So can Uganda ever produce a gem?
Yeah.
A grandmaster?
Yeah, yeah. There's so many cases. Yeah, as in we have the talent. Issue is what? Playing those events. GM nom events. To become a GM, you have to play GM nom events. We don't have GM nom events. So the fact that we don't have GM nom events shows that we can't. So we have many, not only in chess, many other areas. Many people who are talented, but they don't maximize their potential because of resources. So if we had GM nom events more, yeah, we'll get GMs. I know even now the thing is, when you grow older, it's harder to become a GM. The best time is when you're younger. So we have people at that young age, they say under 16, who can become GMs in Uganda. However, the chances might not arise. Yeah.
So aside from the tournaments and all that, what else needs to be done, for maybe you're going to achieve that?
Tournaments,
just tournaments?
No, sponsorship. Okay, sponsorship. Yeah, sponsorship. The sponsorship, again, targeting tournaments. Yeah. However, for women's side, the chances are higher to become a woman GM. Because actually, even men, the easiest route now is winning the Africa
Individual.
Yeah. That's now the best shortcut to become a GM. I would call that a shortcut, because it is. If you look at the other route of getting 3 GM norms, that's the process. That's 3 tournaments. You have to get a GM norm.
What does one have to do to get that GM norm, the GM norm?
Yeah, they have to go to a GM norm event, number 1. Number 2, they have to play at a level where they're GMs and do well, meaning get a result against GMs. So you have to do that 3 times.
Consistently.
Yes. So now that's very hard. African individuals, however, you become, even though you may have the tournament of your life in that event, say one-off. GM norm isn't like that. You may have a one-off, but again you have to do that again. Yeah. But individuals you can get, and then you get the title on spot, which is easy. So for women, I find that would be the easier route, because as we can also have women, they're called WGM titles. You can get that. Yeah.
As the national team coach, have you maybe identified the talent that that may become one time turn into GM? You can name them. You can name the players. Those youngsters, yeah.
So the youngsters, I'm looking at the Algerians. They have very good potential. I like their progress. Very good. They're starting to beat, the older people. And then the Moases, my nephews. They're also very talented. So these ones can also be. All of them, even Pido, I like Pido's rise. We also have the Bullets. Actually, under 16, that's also a very special generation, which I'm seeing, which can now try and challenge us, the others, because that's a golden generation. But you can have those under 16s. They have potential. I've seen it. They have, so they can do well.
Talk about Maria Nakanyike.
Nakanyike also, that's under
and the brother, that's Kanyike? Yeah, the brother.
Those are the ones I mentioned. I said Bullets, but the Nakanyike.
Okay.
Those ones, of course, are very special. I haven't seen them in a while. Probably they're in school. Because now, due to COVID, we don't get to meet physically. We get to see how people play online. However, I don't think they're playing online. I haven't seen them. But they're also very special. Nakanyike, I think, went to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Very well. I think she missed 2 rounds.
Yeah, but won the event, yeah.
So, those are very special people. So we just have to support. So we need to see how we get sponsors, and the sponsors come in and support.
Okay. So let's talk about the recently concluded elections. You know, Ball crowd cried foul.
Yeah,
What exactly happened there? Was it a free and fair election?
yeah, it was.
Mm.
It was. Because, of course, he was hurt.
Mm.
Yeah, because he lost. But it was. Like, what happened even with the guys formed like teams,
Mm-hmm.
something similar to political parties. But that wasn't the case. People would vote basing on, oh, this guy is, this guy would be a fit, this guy would be a fit.
Mm.
And there was nothing sinister going on, actually.
Mm.
Of course, people were worried that there would be issues, but I think the polling officer did a very good job. He controlled everything because there was a lot of fire in those elections. But the returning officer did a good job,
Mm.
and he controlled and then managed the situation, and the elections went smoothly.
Mm. Yeah, so you're part of, as a national team coach, obviously, you're part of Emmanuel Mwaka, who is the president. You're part of his executive. What's the plan for the chess fraternity this term? This is your second time, right? Yeah, yeah. Maybe what you didn't do right the first time. What's the plan for chess the term?
Okay, that is to focus on the juniors, so then also find a way of tapping the corporate world.
Mm.
Yeah, because that's what we have not been doing right. We need to find a strategy of encouraging, I mean, marketing ourselves to the corporate world. Because yeah, chess can be marketed. India does it a lot. They have companies wanting. That's why they have so many upcomings.
Mm.
Because they have companies who are sponsoring. They love the game.
Mm.
So it's because I think the chess body has pushed chess to the corporate bodies.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's what you should target. Because when there is logistic resources, then we can improve our players.
Mm.
That's what, not only Uganda actually, Sub-Saharan Africa, even I think even Uganda, there's an issue of funding. We have talents who just go elsewhere because of no money.
Mm. Yeah. So aside from the usual events we have, Rabshenye, Chireka, all that Uganda Open, as the federation maybe put up something and yeah, a new tournament. Mm.
Yeah, there's COVID. So there's a ban on events, number one. So even though we want it right now, we can't.
Mm.
Because we need to get clearance, Ministry of Education, National Council of Sports, to have an event where we have like, let's say 200 players.
Mm.
Because we might even have an event where we're inviting internationals.
Mm.
So you have to factor all those things in because of the COVID situation.
Mm.
So it depends on how COVID treats us.
Okay.
Because we're actually looking forward to starting the league.
Mm.
That's our mandate. Events, but league is very important because it builds people. It's like a period, a season,
Yeah.
where people get to play chess rather than having one-off events.
Mhm.
So we want that, but we have to see how it will go
Okay.
with this COVID situation.
Mm. Okay, Harold, thank you so much for making time, for allowing us come to your home. Yeah, we appreciate that. But before maybe we let you go, about a word out there, for the youngsters who would love to keep themselves, you've been at the top. Yeah, just a word of encouragement, maybe.
Yeah, I want the youngsters is just to work hard, keep your passion, and then never give up when you get stumbling blocks. For example, if you do very badly, never give up. As long as you love it, you'll get somewhere.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys, that was Harold Wanyama. He's a feed master, that is FM. That's his title. Actually, I forgot to introduce it at the start. He's a feed master, FM, Harold Wanyama. Well, thank you guys for hanging around. Till next time, see ya.